Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome to Mathematics Phwrwngnok. So in this session, we'll be starting our new chapter, which is called Arithmetic Progressions. Now in this chapter, in this session, we'll just learn the basics. The basics. For example, what is an AP and nth term of an AP. Okay. All right. So some students are joining. Okay. All right. So for session 1, we'll just do an introduction of this chapter, and obviously we'll solve some few questions from some books. NCERT, I selected some questions from NCERT and some questions from R.S. Agarwal. So we'll solve those questions in this session. In the next session, we'll be learning more. Okay, we'll dive deep into this chapter. Okay, so let's start. Now, first of all, since our chapter is called Arithmetic Progressions, what does it mean? What is an AP? Now, if you read the definition, it's written here, an arithmetic progression is a list of numbers in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding term except the first term. So, what is an AP? If we read this definition, we can see it is a list of numbers. First of all, it is a list of numbers in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number. Okay, so what is an AP? It is a list of numbers. First of all, it is a list of numbers, or you can say it's a sequence of numbers. Now, what kind of sequence of numbers? How do we obtain those sequence of numbers? We obtain those each numbers or each term by adding a fixed number. Okay, I'll give you some examples by adding some fixed number to the preceding term, except the first term. Now, here I've given you some examples, 5 examples, which we will discuss. Let's take our first example, Roman number 1. 1, 2, 3. This is the most basic of all to understand AP. Now, what does this, first of all, what does this dot represents? It represents that the number, it continues. Okay, this number continues 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it goes on. Now, how do we check that this given list of numbers is an AP? Or in how do we check this given list of numbers is an arithmetic progression? In short, we call AP. Now, first of all, to check if whether the given list of numbers is an AP, we have to check the difference between the two consecutive terms. Okay, two consecutive terms. What is the difference here? If we can see, the difference here is 1, right? What is the difference between 2 and 3? 1. What is the difference between 3 and 4? 1. So here, as we can observe that this given list of numbers has a difference which are common, which means all the numbers here, they have the same common difference. All the terms, okay, all the consecutive terms, they are increasing by 1 here. So we are getting a common difference here, right? So that's what this definition tells us about. Each term is obtained by adding a fixed number. Let's say I have a 1. I add a fixed number plus 4. Okay, what will I get? What will be my next term? 5. Now if I add again plus 4, I'll get 9. If I add plus 4 again, I'll get 13. If I add plus 4 again, I'll get 17, and so on. This goes on. So we can see that this given list of numbers is increasing by 4 every time. Okay, it's fixed. It's a fixed number, increasing by a fixed number. So this kind of list of numbers is what we call an AP. Is it clear? Okay, all right. So this kind of list of numbers is called an AP. Now, this difference, see, this fixed number This fixed number, we have a name for it. What do we call it? This fixed number, we call it a common difference. This fixed number is called the common difference of the AP, and this common difference, it can be positive, it can be negative, it can be 0. This common difference, which we represent, okay, we represent this common difference by a small letter d, not capital letter D. Okay, if you use capital letter D, it will be from our quadratic equation, which we call a discriminant, right? So not this capital letter D, we denote common difference using a small letter d. Remember this, not capital letter D. Okay, we use a small letter d for the common difference. Now this fixed number is called common difference, and this common difference can be positive, negative, or 0. It can be positive, it can be negative, or it can be 0. Our common difference can be 0. Now let's see some questions. Okay, let's see some questions, or let's see some examples here that I've written here. 5 examples. We've discussed the first one. Now let's discuss the other examples. See, Roman number 2. What do we have here? Roman number 2. After explaining this, I'll come to a general term. Okay, general term of an AP. How do we represent AP generally? Okay. Now, see, these are the numbers that we have: 100, 70, 40, 10, and so on. Now, if you observe this sequence, or if you observe this list of numbers, what's happening here? What's happening here? Are this number increasing or decreasing? As you can see, these numbers are decreasing, right? These numbers are decreasing. Now, these numbers are decreasing by how much? These numbers are decreasing by 30. If I subtract 30 from 100, I'll get 70. If I subtract 30 from 70, again I'll get 40. If I subtract 30 from 40, I'll get 10. Okay, and if I go on subtracting, next number will be minus 20, right? If I go on subtracting again, next number will be minus 50, and so on, right? And so on. So again, here we can see that the differences are same, which means that this given list of numbers has a common difference. And what is that common difference? Minus 30. These numbers are decreasing by 30, right? These numbers are decreasing by 30. So it has a common difference, which means this is an AP. It is an AP. This given list of numbers is an AP. And what is the common difference? We represent common difference by the letter D, which means D is equal to minus 30. Okay. Okay. Now, similar for all these examples. Similarly, we can check all these examples. Okay. I'll show you here directly now. See. Now here it increases by, if we check the difference, what is the difference between them? 0. If we check the difference is 0, right? If they check their difference is 0. Now, if we check their difference, what is the difference? 1. The difference is 1. Here, the difference is again 1. What is the difference here? 2. What is the difference here? 3. Now, are these differences same? Do they have common difference? No. This Roman number 3, in this example, we don't have a common difference, right? We don't have a common difference here, which means this Roman number 3, this is not an AP. Okay, I'll change the color. It is not an AP. This is not an AP. It is not an AP. Clear? This is not an AP. Now, check this. This is increasing by how much? This is increasing by, okay, this is increasing by 5A. 6A plus 5A will get 11A. In 11A, if we add, what's the difference? 6A. Okay, I better write it here. There's no space here. Okay, we have A, 6A, 11A, and 17A. Okay. Now, if we check the differences, what is the difference between these two terms? 5A. What is the difference between these two terms? Again, 5A. What is the difference between these two terms? 6A. Do they have same differences? No. Here we have 6A. Here we have 6A, which means we do not have common difference, right? We do not have common difference, which means this again is not an AP. This again, it is not an AP. But in place of 17, if it was 16A, the differences would have been same. 5A, the difference here, 5A, the difference here, 5A. So the differences common, they would have common difference that time, right? In this example, in place of 17, it was 16. So common differences would be there. So it means this would be an AP. Okay, now check the last one. Check the last one. Is this an AP? Check the last one. Is this an AP? Yes, it's an AP. Check. The numbers are decreasing by -2 here. So what's the common difference here? -2, which means this is an AP. Okay. So in short, in order to check whether our given list of numbers is an AP, we just have to check if their differences are same. If the differences between two consecutive terms, okay, are they same, or do we have common difference? Clear? Okay. We'll solve some questions, then it will be more crystal clear. All right. I think now you understand what is an AP, okay, right? So it is in short, AP is a given list of numbers in which each term, how do we obtain each term? By adding a fixed number. Or in general, okay, one more thing. Let's discuss about this. General term of an AP. General term of an AP. Now let's say my first term is A. How do I get my second term? How do I get my second term? By adding D. By adding D, right? Let's see this simple example, the most basic example, set of natural numbers. If I add 1 here, I'll get 2, right? If I add 1 here, I'll get 2. If I add 1 here, I'll get 3. If I add 1 here, I'll get 4, which means, see, what is D here? What is D? 1. So if my second term, this is first term, okay? Sometimes we denote this first term by this A1. Okay, first term. This is called first term. And this we denote by A2, which is our second term. And how do we get our third term? See, how do we get our term? This is our second term. This is our second term, A plus D. In A plus D, again we'll add a D. So we'll get how much? A plus D will be 2D. So my third term will be A plus 2D. Similarly, what will be the fourth term? A plus 4D, then A plus 5D, and so on. So this we represent by A3, which we call third term. Okay, and this we represent by A4, which we call fourth term. Okay, so A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7, it goes on. It goes on. Okay, and here we have a term, last term. Let's say we have a last term here, last term. How do we represent last term? Using this AN. What is the last term? AN. And what do we call this AN? What do we call this AN? This is our nth term. AN is our nth term. Yes sir. सर आप चाइना से हो क्या? क्या बोल रहे? China. I'm from Northeast. Komal Yadav. Okay. Every person that does, that have a small eyes doesn't mean he or she is from China, right? Northeast India. Okay. Ever heard about Northeast India? If no, then your geography is weak. Okay, study social studies, SST. Your SST subject is weak. Hello, I'm back. Yes, Priyanshu, welcome, welcome. This whole session will be in English today, okay? Okay, let's continue. Nth term. N is my nth term. We'll discuss about this, okay? We'll discuss about this nth term later on. As we move on. As we move on with our chapter, we'll discuss about this nth term. Now, this is the general, remember, this is our general term of an AP. General term. A represents the first term. Sometimes we denote it by A1. Do not get confused. Okay, A or A1. And how do we get our second term? By adding a fixed number. And what is that fixed number called? Common difference. We call that fixed number. We have a name for that fixed number. And what is that name? Common difference. A plus D. And if we add in A plus D another D, we'll get A plus 2D. And if we add in A plus 2D another D, we'll get A plus, oh, sorry. My bad. Here, not a 2D. Here we get A plus 3D, and here we'll get A plus 4D. Okay, A plus 5D will be here. Then we'll get we'll have A plus 6D. Okay, let me write from the. Let me erase and write. Okay, because wait. A plus 2D, we'll have A plus 3D here, we have A plus 4D here, and so on. Then we'll have A plus 5D, A plus 6D, A plus 7D, A plus 8D, and so on. Okay, so these are first term, these are second term, these are third term, these are fourth term, these are fifth term, sixth, seventh, eighth, and the last term is called nth term. The last one is called nth term. Now, so this is the introduction for this chapter. Let's move on now. Let's solve some questions from our NCERT and RS Agarwal combined. I've selected some questions, okay, and we'll solve those questions today in this session. After completing this session, I mean session 1, session 2, session 3, session 4, and so on, until or unless we finish the chapter. After we finish the chapter, we'll be focusing solely on PYQs, previous year questions, okay, from 2015 to 2025. All the questions that have come in board exam, we'll solve it all. Okay, so stay in touch. Okay, stay in touch. Okay, so this is our first question. आप लोग भाई दूज का फेस्टिवल नहीं मना रहे क्या? No. Okay, you are from UP, Priyanshi. All right. Now see, which of the following are APs? Which of the following are APs? If they form an AP, find the common difference and write the next two terms. Here we have a set of questions, 6 set of questions, okay, 6 questions here, and we have to find whether this given list of numbers are AP. And if they are AP, if this given list of numbers they are AP, if they form an AP, we have to find their common difference and write their next two terms. All right? Okay, let's proceed with the first one. What do we have? The first one, 11, 6, 1, minus 4. Okay, now first thing, to check if the given list of number is an AP, how do we check? We check their differences, right? We check the differences between two terms, different consecutive terms, not just term, two consecutive terms. So first of all, we'll check A2 and A1. A2 is my second term, A1 is my first term. So second term minus first term. Second term is 6, first term is 11. So 6 minus 11, it will be minus 5. Again, A3 minus A2. I've checked this, A2 minus A1. Now I'll check this, A3 minus A2. This is my A3, 1 is the A3 and A2 is 6. So 1 minus 6, I get minus 5 again. Then A4 minus A3. A4 is minus 4. A3 is 1. Now, as you can see, we've checked all the differences here, and all these differences are same, which means this given list of numbers has a common difference. And what is the common difference? Minus 5. Okay, find the common difference. Therefore, it is an AP. Or you can write, wait, we'll write it properly. Therefore, the given list of numbers forms an AP. And common difference. How did which letter do we use to denote common difference? We use small letter d. So common difference d is equal to minus 5. And we have to find the next two terms. What would be my next two terms? See, this one is A1, this is A2, this is A3, A4. So my next two terms will be A5 and A6. A5. How do we find A5? By adding D in A4, right? Preceding term of A5, preceding term. What is behind? Which term is behind A5? A4, right? So in preceding term, if we add a fixed number which is D, we get our A5. What is A4? How much is A4? Minus 4. So minus 4 plus minus 5. Okay. So plus into minus will be minus. So next term will be minus 9. We have to find another one, which is A6. How do we find A6? A5, add D again. In A5, if we add D again, we'll get our A6. A5 is minus 9. A5 is minus 9. How much is D? D is minus 5. So minus 9 plus into minus will be minus. Minus 9 minus 5 will be minus 14. So these are the next two terms of this AP. Clear? Okay. Rajiv, hello, good afternoon, sir. Yes, good afternoon. Monica Pal, hello, 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 good afternoon. Yes, welcome, welcome. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. Done? Done? Okay. We'll move on to our next question, which is question number 2. These are basics, okay? Today we'll learn basics and some questions from NET term. So stay till the end. If you want to learn, stay till the end. Okay? If you want to learn, stay till the end. But today's session will be basics, because I'm introducing this chapter, right? So 3 plus 2, we have 3 plus 2 root 2 and 3 plus 3 root 2. Now again we have to check whether this given list of number, whether it is an AP. So how do we do that? A2 minus A1, second term minus first term. My second term is 3 plus root 2. A1 is minus 3. So 3 minus 3 will cancel out each other. Okay, wait. 3 minus 3 will cancel each other. We'll get root 2. Then next will be A3 minus A2. We have to check A3 minus A2. My A3 is 3 plus 2 root 2. Okay. Okay. If you are getting confused, see, this is A1, this is A2, second term. Okay. A3 means third term. A4 is fourth term. So A3 minus A2. How much is A2? 3 plus root 2. Now see, if I write this, it will be wrong. Why? Because there is a minus sign here and we have two terms. After minus, if we have two or more terms, what do? We put brackets. Remember, if you do this mistake, then gone. Okay, don't do these simple mistakes. 3 minus 3, 2 root 2 minus root 2, root 2 again, root 2. Next, the last one, A4 minus A3. If I take the fourth term, then I have to subtract it with third term. So A4 is 3 plus 3 root 2. This is my A4 minus A3. A3 is this, 3 plus 2 root 2. We have to put bracket. Remember, whenever we put minus, whenever we use minus. So minus 3, minus 2 root 2, 3 and minus 3 will cancel each other. We have 3 root 2 minus 2 root 2. How much is 3 root 2 minus 2 root 2? Root 2, right? 3 root 2 minus 2 root 2 will be root 2. Now again, as we can see here, what is the difference between the second term and first term? Root 2. Difference between third term and second term? Root 2. Difference between fourth term and third term? Root 2. Which means all of them, all of the consecutive terms, they have the same common difference. They have the common difference, right? They have a common difference, which means this is an AP. It is an AP. It is an AP. Clear? And also we have to find the next two terms. What will be the next two terms? Next two terms will be A5, which is A4 plus D. How much is A4? How much is A4? 3 plus 3 root 2. So 3 plus 3 root 2. It is an A. What is the common difference here? Common difference is root 2. So 3 plus 3 root 2 plus root 2. So 3 plus 4 root 2. This will be A5. What will be A6? A6 will be A5 plus D. A6 will be A5 plus D. A5 will be 3 plus 4 root 2 plus D will be root 2. So 4 root 2 plus root 2, I'll get 5 root 2. So these are the next two terms of this AP. Is that clear? Okay. Now let's move on to our next question. Next, which is question number 3. How many of you are watching? Today I have less viewer because I'm explaining in English. 9 watching. Okay. Still is good. Something is better than nothing. No problem, Rajiv. No problem, Rajiv. Because today I'm explaining in English, right? So I have less viewers. No problem. Okay. Third one. 0 0.2, 0 0.22, 0 0.222, 0 0.2222. Now we have to check whether this is an AP. Again, we have to check A2 minus A1, which is 0 0.22 minus 0 0.2, which will be 0 0.02, right? 0 0.22 minus 0. Yes. A3 minus A2 will be 0 0.222 minus 0 0.22, which will be 0 0.002. A4 minus A3, which will be 0 0.222 minus 0 0.222. So it will be 0 0.0002. Now if you can see here, the difference between the second term and first term is 0 0.02. The difference between third term and second term is 0 0.002. And the difference between fourth term and the third term is 0 0.0002. So are they same? Are the differences, are they same? Are the differences same? No, the differences are not same, which means we do not have a common difference here. Now since we do not have a common difference, this list of number, it is not an AP. It is not an AP. Okay, this given list of numbers does not form an AP. And since it's not an AP, we do not need to find next two terms because we don't have a common difference here. Okay, now let's move on to 3. Okay, one more thing. This 5 and 6 will be homework for you. Homework. Do it at home. Do it at home. Homework. Okay, take a screenshot. Take a screenshot of this. Do it as a homework. I'll solve 4 now. Okay. If I solve everything, it will be like spoon feeding you guys. Okay. The fourth one. We have root 2, root 8, root 18, root 32. Now, first of all, see. First of all, if I check a2 minus a1, it will be root 8 minus root 2. If I check a3 minus a2, it will be root 18 minus root 8. Now, how do I subtract this? No, no, do not do this. Do not do this. Do not do this. If we can break the numbers, we'll break it as much as possible. Root 8. How can we write root 8? We can write it this way. Root 8, 2 into 2 into 2, right? Similarly, for root 18, we can write 2 into 3 into 3, right? Okay. Root 32, we can write it as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, dot, dot, dot. Here we'll get root 2. If two numbers are same inside the square root, we take it out, right? If two numbers are same in the square root, we take it out. So we'll get 2 root 2, 3 root 2. Here we'll get, okay, I'll write it directly, 4 root 2. All right? All right? Sir, kahan se hai? Yes. Ashif Ansari. I am from Tripura, northeastern state of India. Okay, northeastern state of India. Do you know about northeast? Ashif Ansari, northeast India. And I hail from a state called Tripura. Okay, Tripura. You're from Jharkhand. Okay. Welcome, Ashif. Welcome. Now we'll check A2 and A1. A2 minus A1. What will we get here? A2 minus A1. 2 root 2 minus root 2. 2 root 2 minus root 2 will be root 2. We'll check A3 minus A2, which will be 3 root 2 minus 2 root 2. Again, we'll get root 2. We'll check A4 minus A3, fourth term minus third term, which will be 4 root 2 minus 3 root 2, which is equal to root 2. Now, as you can see here, we have a common difference. And what is the common difference here? Root 2. Now, since this given list of numbers has a common difference, it is an AP. Okay, therefore, it is an AP. It is an AP and common difference. Common difference D is equal to root 2. Now we can easily find our next two terms, which is A5, A4 plus D. How much is A4? 4 root 2. 4 root 2 plus root 2, which will be 5 root 2. Or we can take this 5 inside. We'll get this. So we'll get root 50. And what will be A6? A6 will be A5 plus D. We'll use this, okay? We'll not use this. We'll use this instead. 5 root 2. 5 root 2 plus root 2. We'll get a 6 root 2. Now we'll take this 6 inside the square root. We'll get something like this. Okay, 6 6 are 36. 36 2s are 72. So these are our next two terms for this AP, which is root 50 and root 72. Alright. Now this next two questions, number 5 and number 6, do it at home, solve it, and when you are done, you can comment. Okay, in the comment section, you can write down the answer. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. Now, let's learn about nth term of an AP. Nth term. Now, let's start with a formula. This is a general formula to find the nth term of an AP. Nth term of an AP, where A represents first term, A represents first term, N is the number of terms, N is the number of terms, D is called common difference. D is called common difference. A is called the first term, N is the number of terms, which means how many terms do we have in our given list of numbers or in our series. How many numbers do we have, which we represent by N, number of terms, and D is the, as we know, D is called common difference. Now let's take one example. 5, 7, 9. Okay, this is let's take a bigger number, right? 9, 13, 17, 21, dot, 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 dot. Okay. Now, first of all, we can see that this is an AP. Oh, battery is turning low. Wait. PC's battery is turning low. To charge it. Is it charging? Okay. 5 root 2. Yes, sir. Nth term of an AP. Yes. Good afternoon, mystery. Good afternoon. Now see. First of all, we have to check whether this is an AP. How do we check that? By checking the common difference, right? Common difference. And how do we check common difference? Second term minus first term. And what is the second term minus first term here? 4. Third term minus second term, 4. If we keep on checking, we have the same common difference, which means this is an AP. Now, this is our first term, right? This is our first term. We denote first term by A1 or A. Okay, we denote first term by writing A1 or A. Second term is A2. Third term is A3. Fourth term is A4. Fifth term is A5. And we also know that these numbers has a common difference 4. This numbers has a common difference 4. Up to this we are clear, right? Up to this much we are clear. This is 5, remember. Now let's say I want to find the 10th term here. 10th term. Okay, I want to find a 10th number term here. Now, do we add? Do we keep on adding? Let's say here next, I add plus 4, I'll get 25. I add plus 4, I'll get 29. I'll add plus 4, then I'll get 33, and so on. Right? So, do we do that? Do we do that? No. Because if we do that, we'll be wasting our time. Now, what if they ask us to find 100 term here? We'll add 100 times. We'll add this 400 times to find this 100 term. No. Okay? We won't do that. Instead, we will use this formula, which is nth term of an AP. We can find any term, any number of terms using this formula right here. An is equal to a plus n minus 1d. Now let's see. What do we want to find? Okay, let's write the formula here first of all. A plus n minus 1d. Okay. Now what do we want to find? We want to find A10. What is A10? 10th term. Okay, A10 is 10th term, which means our 10 number term. Number 10 term. Okay. So in place of n, I'm writing 10. Now how much is A? How much is A? What is A? A is first term. See, I've written here. A equal to first term. A is the first term. First term is 5. So I'll write 5 here. Plus n minus 1. How much is n? N is 10. So 10 minus 1. D. How much is D? 4. So 5 plus 10 minus 1 is 9 into 4. Again, do we add or do we multiply first? What do we do? Do we add first or do we multiply first? We multiply first, right? BODMAS rule. Do not add. Do not add it. 5 plus 9. No, do not do that. If you do that, then it's already wrong. Okay? You're already moving in the wrong way. You're already going in the wrong way. We multiply first. So 9 into 4 is 36. 36 plus 5 will be 41. So this will be our 10th term, A10. If you do not believe, you can keep on adding and check. In 10th number term, A6 you can add plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 and so on. You'll get 10th number term will be 41. Okay. Similarly, now if I ask you to find what's the 35th term here. 35th term. What's the 35th term here? 35th term. How do you do that? How do you find 35th term? Again A35. 35th term means what? 35th term means A35. Okay, 35th term means A35. So A35, A plus n minus 1d. So we'll put here A plus n is 35. So 35 minus 1d, which is A plus 34d. What is A here? 5. Let's put it 34 into, how much is d? D is 4. So we multiply this. 4 into 4 is 16. 16 and 1 is 3 4 the 12. So we'll get 13. 136 plus 5 will be 141. So our 35th term in this AP, our 35th term will be 141. Is that clear? Is that clear? Sir, on the next live stream, will you teach trigonometry? Next, these days I'll be teaching AP, okay? But the watch, Tarang. These days I'll be teaching this AP. Basic, we'll come to trigonometry later on, okay? Later on the session. I'll do all the chapters. I'll do all the 14 chapters that are in class 10, including the PYQs. Don't worry, including the PYQs. And that too, 10-year PYQs from 2015 up to 2025. Whatever have come in standard and basic, mixed, we'll do it. We'll do it all. We'll solve it all. Don't worry. Sir, can't we directly do the above? Multiply first. Yes, multiply first. Answer is 141. Yes, mystery answer is 141. Yes. Okay. Now I think you are clear about, you have some ideas about nth term, right? Okay. Then we'll move on to solving some questions now. Here is the first question. Find the 20th term of the AP. Find the 20th term. Okay. I'll give you 3 minutes to solve this, okay? To solve this question, I'll give you 3 minutes. Do this in 3 minutes. Come on. Okay, your time starts now. Your time starts now. I want the answer in the chat. I want the answer in the chat. Our question number 1, this 20th term of the AP. Come on, come on, come on. I'm waiting for the answer. Let's see who can answer first. $85. A20 is equal to 85. Okay, mystery have answered first. Okay, let's check mystery. Let's check. Okay, let's check. So it took you just 1 minute. Good, good. Very good. So let's check our AP. What is our AP here? 9, 13, 17, 21. To find the nth term, we need 2 things. Remember, for AP, we need 2 things. Basically, this whole chapter revolves around 2 things. Okay? If we know 2 things, then if we know how to find out these 2 things, this chapter is very easy. First is A, the first term. If we have first term and if we have common difference, then we can easily find out AP. Okay? Now see, here A is equal to 9. What is D? 13 minus 9, second term minus first term. 13 minus 9 will be 4. So D is equal to 4. Now we'll find A20. What will be A20? A plus 20 minus 1D, which will be A plus 19D. Which, how much is A? 9 plus 19 into 4. So 9 plus 4 9 36 in and 3. 76 plus 9, 85. 85 is the answer. Yes, Miss 3. Yes, Rajiv, 85. Yes. Hamera. Hello everyone, Hamera. Okay. Now do this. Question 2. Solve this again. Solve this. Find the 9th term of this AP. Find out. 19 by 4. 19 by 4, mystery. Yes. Sir, go to PW. You'll be famous. Your teaching style is amazing. Oh, thank you, Avi. Thank you. Let's see, let's see, let's see. But see, uh, I'm not that good in Hindi. Okay, my English is quite okay, I would say. Quite okay. Not up to mark, but quite okay. At least I can explain. But my Hindi is very weak. Rajiv, 19 by 4. Yes, 19 by 4. Rajiv, no idea. Is telling 19 by 9. Okay, let's check. Let's check. Some of you are giving different answer. Mystery upset 19 by 4. Uh, Rajiv is saying 19 by 4. Another Rajiv is saying 19 by 9. Hamira, sir, your teaching method is bomb. Oh, thank you, Hamira. Thank you. Do subscribe, okay? Do subscribe the channel because everything that I teach you here is for free. Okay, no packages here. For this year, maybe starting next year, I'll create some packages but for this session, those who are studying in 2025 2026 session, everything that I teach you will be free. All right. Okay, ninth term of the AP. Let's check. What is the AP? 3 by 4, 5 by 4, 7 by 4, 9 by 4, and so on. We need A, so A is our first term, which is 3 by 4. We need D, so second term minus first term. Denominators are same, so we subtract the numerators directly. 5 minus 2, so 2 by 4, so 1 by 2. So our common difference is 1 by 2. A is 3 by 4, D is 1 by 2. Now let's check ninth term, A9, which will be A plus 9 minus 1D. So A plus 8D. How much is A? 3 by 4 plus 8 into D. D is how much? 1 by 2. So this 2 4s are. So we'll get 3 by 4 plus 4, which is equal to 4. 3 plus 16. So 19 by 4, which means Mishra and Mistry and Rajiv, you are correct. Sir, go to PW. Sir, PW. I have a doubt. Yes, but edits. What's the doubt that you have? Ask. What's the doubt? Fun edits. Okay, let's move on to next question. Okay, find this 37th term. Solve it. Let's wait for 2 minutes. Solve it. Till then, I'll be reading your chats. Sir, ignore spammers. Explain the first one. Which first one, Fert? Okay, let's listen to what Supra said. Okay, we'll wait for 2 minutes. Then we'll start solving this question. Till then, anyone try to answer? Oh, this is, I think you can't see in the screen. This is 3, okay? This is 3 by 4. First is 6, then 7, 3 by 4. This is a mixed fraction. 9 half mixed fraction. 11, 1 by 4. All right. Yes, but edits. I'm from Northeast, Tripura. Okay, Rajiv is the first one to answer. 50, and the mystery also answered 285. 289. Okay, now again the answer changed. Nitesh Kumar. Some of you are telling 50, some of you are telling 285, some of you are telling 289. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's check. So what is our AP? 6, 7, 3 by 4, 9 half, 11, 1 by 4. Okay. So the first term, what's the first term here? 6. What's the common difference? How do we check the common difference? Second term minus first term. So this will be 28. 28 plus 3 is 31 by 4 minus 6. So this will be 4. 31 minus 4, 6 are 24. So 7 by 4. This is the common difference. Common difference is 7 by 4. Let's check 37 term, which is A37. A37 will be A plus 37 minus 1D, which is equal to A plus 36D. How much is A? 6 plus 36 into D. D is 7 by 4. So 4, 9, 6 plus 7 into 9 is, I'm getting 69. Sir, do you like sports? I play some sports. I do play some sports like table tennis. Okay. Badminton sometimes. You deserve more students, not just 18 teach. What today? You deserve more. I deserve more students. Abhi. Let's see in future. Okay. Take a screenshot of this. Done. Okay. Is it clear? Is this clear? Is this clear? If it's clear, then type on the chat clear. Type on the chat clear. Is this clear? Type on the chat. If this is clear, type clear. Fast, fast, fast. Yes, Ikas. One doubt question. Yes, you can ask. If this is regarding this, not outside the topic, you can ask from this chapter if you have any doubts. Clear. Yes, clear. Okay. Yes, Nitesh, you can get the class notes. Telegram. Okay, in description, right now I haven't added my Telegram's link. After this session, I'll be adding a Telegram's link where you can join and get the notes. Okay. Okay, let's move on. This is homework. Homework for you. Take a screenshot. Done. Okay. Let's move on. Now let's solve this question. What does it say? Here we have to find the value of P. Find the value of P for which the numbers 2P minus 1, 3P plus 1, 11 are in AP. Hence, find the numbers. We also have to find the numbers. Now, first of all, we have to find the value of P here. After finding the value of P, what will be these three numbers? These two numbers. 11 is already here. What will be these two numbers? We have to find out. Okay? So, see, we have an AP. This 2P minus 1, 3P plus 1 and 11. So how many terms do we have here? If we observe this, it's clear that we have three terms, right? We have three terms here. Now, it's also given that these three terms are in AP. They are already AP. Okay? They are already AP. Which means, if they are already AP, which means they will have common difference, which means their differences would be same. right? Their differences would be same, which means, let's see here, this is my A1, right? This is my A1, this is my A2, and this is my A3, third term. Now, if these are AP, obviously A2 minus A1, if I subtract them, I'll get a difference, right? And A3 minus A2, if I subtract them, I'll get a difference. And since this is an AP, their differences would be same. Their differences will be same, right? Because this is an AP, their common difference will be same. They will have a common difference, right? So what is A2? 3p plus 1 minus A1. What is A1? 2p minus 1. So we have to put bracket. Here we have two terms here. So we have to put bracket. A3 is 11 minus A2, which is 3 plus 1. So 3p plus 1 minus 2p, minus into minus will be plus 1. 11 minus 3p minus into plus will be minus 1. So 3p minus 2p will get p. 1 plus 1 will get 2. Minus 3p. 11 minus 1 will get 10. Now, p. We'll bring this 3p towards the left hand side. Minus 3p will become plus 3p. In right hand side we have 10. In right hand side we have 10. Now we'll shift this plus 2 towards the right hand side. Then we'll get minus 2. So p plus 3p will be 4p. 10 minus 2 will be 8. P will be 8 by 4. Then if we divide it, we'll get p is equal to 2. Okay. So this is the value of p. P is equal to 2. Now we can find these numbers easily. 2p minus 1. We can find these numbers easily. 2p minus 1. 2p minus 1 would be 2 into 2 minus 1, which is 4 minus 1, which is 3. 3p plus 1 will be 3 into 2 plus 1, which would be 6 plus 1, which is equal to 7. Therefore, what is their p? 3, 7, 11. Clear? Okay. Take a screenshot. If you are clear, type clear. Again. Type clear. Because if the Pth term, Qth term, and Rth term of an arithmetic progressions are in geometric you are asking about geometric progressions, Ikas. Huh? We are learning class 10 here, not class 11. Geometric progressions are in class 11, right? Then I have to discuss about the common ratios. What is GP first? Huh? Geometric progressions are in class 8. We are learning class 10. Huh? Hello, next Tabahi. Nice name. Tabahi should be in exam. No? Next Tabahi should be in your board exam or in your pre-board exam. Okay, next Tabahi. Knowledge Quest, sir. Okay, I'm a big fan too. Knowledge. Oh, in wrong stream. Yes, Ikas. Indeed, you are in wrong stream. Huh? I'm teaching class 10, right? Class 10. You can see the video's title, class 10 mathematics, arithmetic progressions. And I've started basics. Today we are learning basics. We haven't learned about sum of nth terms. These things will come, right? And case-based questions, which are coming frequently in exams. Okay, clear? Let's move on. Let's move on. Our question number 9. Find the nth term of the following APs. We have to find the nth term here. Nth term. So how do we do that? See. First of all, let's write our AP. Solution given AP 14, 9, 4, minus 1, minus 6, and so on. A is equal to 14 here. D is 9 minus 14, which will be minus 5. We have to find nth term. So nth term is this, A plus n minus 1D. Okay. And how much is A here? 14 plus n minus 1D. How much is D? D is minus 5. So we'll get 14 plus into minus will be minus C here. This. Okay, don't get confused. I'll show you properly. Here I have plus, here I have into and minus, right? So plus into minus will be minus. So I've written minus here. Okay, do not get confused. So I'll get minus 5 n minus 1. Now let's take, don't subtract this 14 minus 5. Again, the simple errors that most of the students do. 14 minus 5, they write it as 9, then they get confused. Okay, do not do that. This 5 is together with n minus 1. So we have to take this 5 inside. So 5 into n, minus into minus will be plus 5. Now we add this 14 plus 5, right? 14 plus 5. 14 plus 5 will be 19 minus 5n. So this is my nth term. This is our nth term. 19 minus 5n. 19 minus 5n is the nth term for this AP, which means in place of n, now see this n, remember this n belongs to n, natural number. Okay, you learn this about. This n is a natural number. Okay, this n is a natural number. So I erased it. Sorry. Put 1 here, you'll get this. Put 2 here, you'll get this. Okay. Put 3 here, you'll get this. Put 4 here, you get this. Put 5 here, you'll get this. Put 6 here, you'll get, which means this is the nth term of an AP. This is the AP itself. This right here is the AP itself. If you put 1 in place of n, you'll get the first term. If you put 2, you'll get this. If you put 3, you'll get this. 4. If you put 4, you'll get this. Clear? So this is basically our nth term. So similarly, we can find this. Okay. Similarly, we can find this. Given AP. What is the AP? 5, 11, 17, 23. How much is A? 5. D will be 11 minus 5, which is 6. So we can find A n now. A plus n minus 1 D. How much is A? 5. N minus 1. D is 6. So 5 plus 6 n minus 1. So 5 plus 6n minus 6. So 6n. Okay, I'll keep it 6n as it is. 5 minus 6. 5 minus 6 will be minus 1. So this is my nth term for this AP. For this AP, we have the nth term here, 6n minus 1, which means in place of n, if we start putting serially, see, n, if I put 1 here, in place of n, okay, I'll write it this way now. So this is my nth term, right? If I put 1 here, I have to put 1 here. So 6 into 1, 1, 5 minus 1. 6 into 1, 1, 6 minus 1 will be 5. 6, if I put 2 here in place of n, 6 into 2, 12, 12 minus 1, 11. If I put 3 here, 6 into 3, 18, 18 minus 1, 17. I'll get the AP itself. Okay, this is what we call nth term, which means we can find any number of terms, any number terms using this nth term. Okay, similarly you find this. To find this, I will give you 2 minutes again. Till then, I'll be reading your chat. So here you have 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay, I'll 2 minutes. Come on. I think bro come from class 11. Yes, I think he's from class 11. 7x gamer. Sir, doubt. Mridul, yes, doubt. Sir, will you teach class 11? Class 11, I'll start from 2026. Okay. Class 11, I'll start from 2026. When the new session starts. Both 11 and 12. Class 11 and 12. Sir, you are, I don't think so. Sir, will you, how do we solve M and nth term questions? We'll do that, Mridul. How do we solve M and nth term questions? We'll solve those type of questions. Don't worry. Today we are learning just basic. So have a patience. Have a patience. Because I already told you we will be solving board questions, right? So have patience. Today I have just started this chapter today. Okay. So I'm giving you just basic questions today. Sir, please teach class 11 inorganic chemistry. Inorganic chemistry. I'm not a chemistry teacher. If you ask a football player to play cricket, will he able to play? No, right? 29. 29. Pooja, 29. How will you get 29, Pooja? Rajiv said 23 minus 7n. Anushri, 23 minus 7n. Okay, let's see. Let's check. Pooja. Okay. Time's up. Time's up. Time's up. 23 minus 7n. Rajiv. Another Rajiv. Okay. Pooja, watch properly. Okay. See. I'll be solving right now. Okay. Given AP. Given AP. What do we have? 16, 9, 2, minus 5. How much is A? 16. How much is D? 9 minus 16. 9 minus 16 will be how much? Minus 7. Right? Okay? Okay. So n will be A plus n minus 1D. A will be 16 plus n minus 1D is minus 7. Again, plus into minus. Plus into minus will be minus, right? So 16 minus 7 n minus 1. So we'll get 16 minus 7n. Minus into minus will be plus. So 16 plus 7. How much is 16 plus 7? 23 minus 7n. Yes. So Rajiv, Anushri, they are right. 23 minus 7n. AG animator 36. Okay. Sarap China se ho kya? You guess it yourself? AG animator. Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. We have another question with us. Which term of the AP? 3, 8, 13, 18 is 78. Which term of the AP? Now, try to understand this question. The question is asking us which term of this AP is 78. Okay? Which term of this AP? AP is given. See, this is our AP. 3, 8, 13, 18. Everything is given here. Then this number, given list of numbers goes up to 78. Okay? This given list of numbers goes up to 78. Now the question is asking us that this 78 right here is which number term? Which number term is this 78? For example, see, what is 3? Which term is 3? 3 is our first term, 8 is our second term, right? 13 is our third term, 18 is our fourth term. Now we have to find 78 is which number term? Okay? Clear? Now see. 78 is our last term here. 78 is our what? Last term. Okay? 78 is our last term here. For this AP, 78 is our last term. Now, we have to find AN. Last term. How do we denote last term? Last term is our nth term, right? Nth term. So, nth term is what? AN, which means AN is 78 here. AN is 78 here. Alright? AN is 78 here. Now see. Which means we have to find the value of N here. N. The value of N here. So first of all, let's write what's our AP. 3, 8, 13, 18, 78. A is 3 here. D will be 8 minus 3, which is 5. Now, what's given? AN is given 78. AN is given 78. Remember, what do we need to find here? Which number term is 78, right? Which number term? So, AN. Let's use the formula. A plus n minus 1D equal to 78. How much is A? A is 3. So, 3 plus n minus 1 into D. D is 5, which is equal to 78. So, 3 plus 5n minus 5 is equal to 78. Now, 3 minus 5 is minus 2, which is equal to 78. So, 5n is equal to 78 plus 2, which implies 5n is equal to 80. So, n will be equal to 80 by 5. So, 16. So n is equal to 16. Is that clear? Yes. So n is equal to 16. Therefore, n is equal to 16 means what? N is equal to 16 means in this term from 3 to 78, which means, okay, I'll write here properly, which means from 3 to 78 we have 16 terms. Okay, n is equal to 16 means what? What is n? Number of terms, right? What is n? Number of terms. Number of terms. So our number of terms, how many terms do we have in total here? Here in this particular AP, how many number of terms do we have? 16 terms. We have 16 number of terms in this given AP. So if we have 16 number of terms, what is our last term? Obviously the 16th term, right? Obviously the 16th term will be my last term. So therefore 16th term of an AP is 78. 16th term of an AP is 78. All right. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. Done? Done? Okay. Is n equal to 16? Yes. N equal to 16? Yes. GP, see, for that it's GP is for class 11. Right now I'm teaching class 10. So when I start class 11 in next session 2026, 2027, 2026, 2027 session, next session I'll be starting class 11, starting from set theory, then I'll go to relations, then functions, then trigonometries, right? Yes, 78 is the 16th term of this AP. Okay. Yes. All right. Let's move on to our next question. Find the number of terms. Now here we have to find the number of terms, which means how many terms are here? How many terms are here? How many terms are here? Okay. Find the number of terms in the following AP, which means in this AP, how many number of terms are there? How many number of terms are there in this AP? So obviously we have to find n again. We have to find n. And what is the last term? Our last term is minus 47 here. Okay. Our last term is minus 47 here. So our an, how do we represent last term? By using an, right? An is equal to minus 47. Then we break it using the formula. Then we solve. Then we'll find our answer. Okay, let's solve then. Solution. Given. What's given? 18. Given AP. Let's try given AP. 18, 15 half, 13 dot minus 47. A is equal to 18. D is 15 half minus 18. So we'll get a 31 by 2 minus 18. 31 minus 18 into 2 is 36. So minus 5 by 2. This is our common difference. Minus 5 by 2. Now, an is equal to minus 47. So a plus n minus 1d is equal to minus 47. How much is a? A is 18 plus n minus 1 into, how much is d? Minus 5 by 2. So we'll put minus 5 by 2 here, which is equal to minus 47. So n minus 1 into minus 5 by 2 is equal to minus 47. 18, when it goes to towards the right hand side, it will become minus 18. So n minus 1 into minus 5 by 2 is equal to minus 7 plus 8 will be 5, 15 in and 1 minus 65. So n minus 1 is equal to minus 65. If we take this, see this here, what do we have? Multiplication, right? If we take this minus 5 by 2 towards right hand side, don't write plus 5 by 2 because here we have multiplication. So when it goes there, it will be in division. But I'll write directly minus 5 by 2. We write the reciprocal, right? 2 by minus 5. Minus and minus we can cancel each other. 5 13. Yes, so n minus 1 is equal to 13 into 2 is 26. So n will be 26 plus 1. So n equal to 27. So n equal to 27 means what? In this AP, how many number of terms do we have? We have 27 terms in this given AP. So we can write, therefore, there are 27 terms in the given. So in the given AP, we have 27 terms. Okay, clear? Is TBSE harder than CBSE? I think CBSE is harder. Okay, CBSE is harder. But earlier it used to be opposite. Okay, CBSE is harder. Is this clear? Is this clear? If you are clear, type clear in the chat. Type clear. Waiting. All right. Yeah, third Mishra. Hello, hello. Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. How many questions do we have left more? Okay. Yes. Now here, what do we have to check here? Read the question properly. We have to check whether minus 150 is a term of this AP. We have to check whether minus 150 is a term of this AP. We have an AP 11, then we have 8, then we have 5, then we have 2, then and so on, right? These numbers, if we observe the sequence, this number is decreasing. Now, will minus 150 be here? Will we get minus 1 as we keep on decreasing? See, what's the common difference here? 3. Minus 3 is the common difference here. So minus 3, minus 3, minus 3. If we keep on doing that, will we get minus 150 in this sequence, in this AP? Will we get minus 150? That is our question. Okay? Clear? Clear? Roslyn, you are class 9, right? Okay. See, this is our AP 11, 8, 5, 2, and so on. Now, if we check, these numbers are decreasing by 3. These numbers are decreasing by 3. So if we keep on decreasing by 3, will we get minus 150 here in this term? Will we get minus 150? That is the question. That is the question. Okay? Will we get minus 150? Now listen properly. If minus 150 is a term of this AP, see, which number term is this? This is A1, this is A2, this is A3, right? This is A4. Then we'll get A5, A6, A7, A8. So minus 150, if it is there in this AP, if minus 150 is here in this AP, if minus 150 is present in this AP, it will be some term, right? It will be some term. It will be some term, but we do not know which number term is it. So we'll think of it as a last term, which is AN. Clear? We'll think that this minus 150 is our last term, which is AN. And we'll find the value of n and we'll check which number term is it. If it is there, if it exists, or not. Okay, let's see. Now, given AP, given, what is our AP? 11, 8, 5, 2, dot, 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 and we'll write this too. No need to write, leave it. Minus 150, we have to check, because we have to check. Okay, it doesn't tell us that minus 150 is here. We have to check whether minus 150 is here in this AP. So A is 11, D is 8 minus 11, A2 my second term minus first term. 8 minus 11 will be minus 3. Now, AN is equal to minus 150. Let's write it this way. Let, since we do not know, let's write it this way. Let AN is equal to minus 150. Now, if we break this, we'll get this A plus N minus 1 D equal to minus 150. How much is A? A is 11 plus N minus 1, D is minus 3. So, we'll get minus 150. So, 11, okay, minus 3, N minus 1 equal to minus 150. Now, we'll send this 11 towards the right hand side. We'll get minus 150 minus 11. We'll get minus 3 and minus 1 minus 161. We cut it. We'll get N minus 1 is equal to 161 by 3. Okay. Then we'll get N equal to 161 by 3 plus 1. Then we'll get N is equal to 3. 161 plus 3. N is equal to 164 by 3. So, N is equal to, let's divide it and check. 3 5s are 15, 4 3 3 so 54 2 by 3. We're getting this. Okay. So 3 5s of 164 divided by 3. We're getting this 54 2 by 3. Now, do this kind of terms exist? Will I have see, after A1, this which is our first term, will I have a 1.5 term? Do this kind of terms exist? First term, then first 1.5 term, then second term 2.5 term. No, this kind of terms doesn't exist. Okay. So after 54 will be what? 54th term. After 54th term will be 55th term. But here it's saying 54 2 by 3 term. So will this kind of terms exist? No. No, this kind of terms doesn't exist. Okay. This kind of terms doesn't exist. It cannot be fraction. It has to be a natural number. It has to be a natural number. Okay. This N has to be a natural number. And we know that natural numbers starts from 1. Counting numbers. Counting numbers is what we call natural numbers. Where do we count from? We start from 1, right? From 1, 2, 3, 4.